Have you ever wondered what drives a person to choose self-interest over altruism? In the complex tapestry of human philosophy, one thread stands out for its bold colours and controversial patterns. That's the philosophy of Ayn Rand, a philosophy that has sparked countless debates, inspired many, and outraged others. Ayn Rand's philosophy, known as Objectivism, is a unique blend of thought that emphasises rational self-interest and individualism. It's a philosophy that dares to argue that the moral purpose of one's life is the pursuit of one's own happiness, and that reason, not faith or emotional whims, should be the only guide to action. Now, that's a pretty heavy statement, isn't it? It flies in the face of many traditional values and norms, and that's precisely why it sparked so much debate. This philosophy does not advocate for selfishness in the sense of disregarding others, but rather promotes the idea that one's self-interest should not be sacrificed for the sake of others' needs or desires. In a world where altruism is often touted as the highest virtue, the philosophy of Objectivism takes a different route. It argues for the importance of the individual and the power of personal freedom and responsibility. It's a philosophy that believes in the power of the human mind to shape reality through reason and rational action. But Objectivism is not just about self-interest. It's also about respecting the rights of others, recognizing the inherent value of every individual, and understanding the importance of productive achievement. It's a philosophy that celebrates the human spirit, the power of the individual, and the limitless potential of the human mind. The philosophy of Ayn Rand is a complex one, full of nuances and depth. It's a philosophy that challenges us to think, to question, and to strive for a life of reason, purpose, and self-esteem. Ayn Rand, the woman behind this philosophy, led a life as fascinating as her ideas. Let's delve into her story. Born Alisa Rosenbaum in 1905 in St. Petersburg, Russia, Ayn Rand's early life was marked by turbulence and change. The silver spoon she was born with was soon tarnished by the harsh realities of the Russian Revolution. She witnessed firsthand the fall of the Tsar and the rise of the Bolsheviks, a time of immense upheaval where the individual was often lost in the collective. This period of political unrest and societal transformation left a profound impact on young Alisa. She watched as her father's successful pharmacy was seized by the Bolsheviks in the name of collectivism. Such experiences ignited a spark in her, a spark that would later fuel her philosophical thought and shape her views on individualism and capitalism. As she grew older, Alisa found solace in the world of fiction, escaping into stories that celebrated the individual. She was particularly drawn to the works of Victor Hugo, whose characters exemplified the power of the individual spirit. This early love for literature ignited an interest in writing, and by the age of 9, Alisa had made up her mind to become a writer. But the political climate in Russia was becoming increasingly stifling. Alisa yearned for a place that would allow her to express her ideas freely. And so in 1926, at the age of 21, she bid farewell to her homeland and set sail for the United States of America, a land she believed embodied the values of freedom and individualism. As the ship sailed across the Atlantic, Alisa Rosenbaum left behind the turbulence of her early years. She was stepping into a new world, a world that promised freedom of thought, freedom of expression, and most importantly, the freedom to be an individual. With her arrival in the United States, Alisa Rosenbaum began her transformation into Ayn Rand. The young Russian immigrant who had witnessed the perils of collectivism was now ready to introduce the world to a new philosophy, a philosophy that placed the individual at the center of everything. In America, the land of opportunity, Alisa Rosenbaum adopted a new name, Ayn Rand, and began shaping her philosophy. From the bustling streets of New York to the sun-soaked boulevards of Hollywood, the young immigrant was determined to make her mark. In the heart of the film industry, she found more than just a job. She found a platform for her ideas, a medium through which she could communicate her unique perspective to the world. Rand was not just a screenwriter. She was a thinker, a philosopher in the making. Each script she wrote, every character she created was imbued with her evolving philosophy. Her experiences in Hollywood, coupled with her observations of American society, led her to articulate a philosophy that championed individualism and self-interest. She believed in the power of the individual, in the importance of personal freedom, and in the necessity of a society that respects these values. In Hollywood, Rand's ideas began to crystallize, and so did her ambition. She set out to write a novel, a work that would encapsulate her philosophy in a compelling narrative. The result was The Fountainhead, a book that tells the story of Howard Roark, an architect who refuses to compromise his artistic vision for the sake of societal norms. Roark, much like Rand herself, was a steadfast individualist, a person who valued his own judgment above the dictates of the crowd. The Fountainhead was more than just a novel. It was a declaration of Rand's philosophical principles. It was a testament to her belief in the power of the individual, a celebration of self-interest and a critique of collectivism. The book resonated with many readers, sparking debates and discussions. It was a bold first step, a daring introduction of Rand's philosophy to the world. The Fountainhead was only the beginning. Ayn Rand was about to make her mark with a magnum opus. This was the birth of a philosopher, the genesis of a worldview that would inspire millions and provoke countless debates. As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into the mind of this remarkable woman, exploring her most significant work and its lasting impact on society. Atlas Shrugged, a novel that sparked a philosophical revolution. Ayn Rand's magnum opus, published in 1957, not only introduced us to a dystopian United States, but also to a new philosophical framework, Objectivism. Atlas Shrugged is more than just a novel. It's a grand statement, an exploration of Rand's philosophy. The book's themes of rational self-interest, individualism and capitalism resonate through its pages, and these are the very pillars of Objectivism. Objectivism, in its essence, is a celebration of the human spirit. It's a philosophy that champions absolute reason, advocating that reality exists independently of consciousness. It holds that man's moral purpose is the pursuit of his own happiness, that he must exist for his own sake, neither sacrificing himself to others nor others to himself. Rational self-interest, the first tenet of Objectivism, is boldly portrayed in the novel. It's about making choices that ultimately benefit you, not out of selfishness, but out of a logical understanding of what's best for your life. The second tenet, Individualism, is a recurring theme in Atlas Shrugged. The characters fight against collectivism, standing up for their right to think and act according to their own judgment. Rand believed that the individual was supreme, and that his rights should never be violated. And finally, capitalism. Rand saw this economic system as the only one compatible with human nature. In Atlas Shrugged, she presents a world where the government's interference stifles creativity and productivity. She argues that a truly free market, where individuals are left to their own devices, leads to innovation and prosperity. Atlas Shrugged and its philosophy of objectivism have left an indelible mark on the world. The novel's themes continue to resonate with readers today, sparking discussions about the nature of man and society. Ayn Rand's philosophy continues to inspire and provoke debate long after her passing. Whether you agree with her or not, there's no denying the impact of her ideas, the ripples they've caused in our collective consciousness. Ayn Rand, through Atlas Shrugged, has indeed sparked a philosophical revolution. Ayn Rand, a woman of controversy, of ideas, of inspiration. One cannot discuss the legacy of Ayn Rand without acknowledging the profound impact she's had on American culture and politics. Her philosophy, Objectivism, has rippled through the ages, influencing many, sparking debates and conversations that continue to this day. Often associated with the libertarian movement, Ayn Rand's philosophy has played a significant role in shaping its principles. Her emphasis on individual rights, free will, and laissez-faire capitalism resonates with many libertarians, and her ideas have found their way into the heart of this political movement. But her influence doesn't stop at politics. Her ideas have permeated American culture at large, inspiring countless individuals to pursue their own happiness as their highest moral aim. Her novels, Atlas Shrugged and The Fountainhead, continue to sell in large numbers, with readers from all walks of life finding value in her teachings. Ayn Rand's philosophy has sparked ongoing debates and discussions about the role of the individual versus the collective, the nature of freedom, and the principles of ethical egoism. These conversations are a testament to the lasting impact of her ideas, which continue to challenge and provoke thought, encouraging us to question our own beliefs and values. Despite the controversy, her philosophy often stirs. There's no denying the profound influence Ayn Rand has had. Her legacy is not just in the realm of philosophy or politics, but in the hearts and minds of those she has inspired. Her words have given many the courage to stand up for their individual rights, to strive for personal happiness, to question the status quo. Her philosophy, Objectivism, has not just shaped the course of many lives, but it has also influenced the trajectory of American culture and politics. Whether you agree with her philosophy or not, Ayn Rand's influence on our world is undeniable. She was indeed a beacon of inspiration.